Why are solar generators so expensive? If you're like me and you're doing some initial research on getting a power station or a solar generator like this one over here, you might be in for a little bit of a sticker shock depending on your situation. For me, I didn't really know about the pricing of these units. Some of these, like for example, this uses a lithium iron phosphate battery. For this type of unit, it might cost about $1 per watt hour of the battery capacity. And not being aware of that, it was a little bit shocking to see how much these things cost, because some of these units will go $2,000 or even higher. And then this one's nowhere near that. But, depending on the capacity and what you buy, the prices can really vary pretty wildly there, much like buying a computer. While it is true to some extent that you do get what you pay for, I'm going to share with you 3 different tips on how you can save money when buying a power station or a solar generator. Tip number 1, scaling down the battery to only what you need. Really consider, is this something that I only need for emergencies and I want to just stay in contact with friends and family? So if you only need to charge phones, you might not need such a big unit. And everyone knows these things, right? So these are USB battery banks. This one is rated for 74 watt hours versus 768 over here. So as you can see, there's quite a difference in the size, but you can also get something that's in between. For example, if you go with Jackery, there's all kinds of brands that are out there, but I remember looking at Jackery's site, and if you get their smallest power station, the Explorer 240, on the site, it says that you can charge a phone 14 times versus something like this where you can charge a few times and then your battery is pretty low. But having something that's beefier than that, but not quite as big as this, can save you some money. Tip number 2, if you determine that you don't need a solar panel and you can wait out a power outage and charge your unit once the power comes back on, you can save a few $100s right there. Tip number 3, look for discounts and pricing. So besides the normal sales, check out maybe the Black Friday sales. I'm not sure if those will give you an even deeper discount for pricing, but also look out for when companies roll out new products and they're looking to get rid of their old products. So it's kind of like the equivalent of buying a new car from the previous model year. So you're buying a new old car without having to buy a used car. And then finally, I'll give you one bonus tip. Consider alternative sources of power. Batteries aren't the only way to go. Of course, there are different types of batteries, but there's also the traditional gas-powered generators. And by the way, I never owned one before, so I can't really comment on those too much, other than you can spend several $100s and then they can last a pretty long time. Of course, there's maintenance, so there's pros and cons with that, but that's up to you in terms of what you need. A while back, I had purchased my first solar generator for emergency power during extended power outages. I'm making a series answering questions that I was curious about before making such a purchase. If you haven't seen the main video, I'll provide a link in the description below so you can check it out. This concludes today's video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer those questions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as always. See you in the next video.